guessing you are a YT woman because I clicked on your page and I think you're a white girl. And that makes me like this comment even more. She says, I'm noticing many more white men, black women relationships. Black men are going to be left in the dust, scratching their heads when they see white men noticing black women's worth. Thank you for this comment. I used to pray for this day. I used to pray for the day that more black women would open up their options. I used to go to sleep at night as a senior in high school, crying myself to sleep, praying that more black women would one day open up their options. Because I was the only black girl, there was probably like maybe me and like 3 other black girls in my school that were dating white boys. We were the only ones. So I was tired of being the only one who was bold enough to do that. And here we are, 25 years later, and the world is starting to see an increase in black women dating outside their race. When they say God does not come when you want him to, but he's always on time, yeah, he's on time. I believe in what goes around comes around. I believe in karma. And I also believe that things should be equal. And for so long, it has been okay for black men to run around the world, dating outside the race, doing whatever they wanted to do. Now that black women are choosing to do it, everybody's in shock. I knew if I prayed hard enough and if I lived long enough that I would see this day where more black women are dating outside the race. I knew it. This is the best thing that I have seen on the face of this earth. And it is the only thing that I have ever prayed so hard for. It is the only thing in the world that matters to me. Getting black women to open up their options to other groups of men. This loyalty to black men, we need to stop. It needs.
And y'all, let me just throw something in. Let me just tell y'all something. I been kind of knew this, but it didn't surprise me because I know I have a mommy dearest. So anybody know if you have a mommy dearest, you have to, distance yourself and be on your own time or whatever. If you're going to deal with them, there's certain ways to deal with them, and you got to have boundaries. So a mommy dearest will support you, and they will be jealous of you still, like they've been jealous of you, right? It's not going to change. Maybe one day, later on in the future. Okay, so by my mama being jealous of me, I was just waiting and preparing myself for the disappointment because I knew that the support wasn't all the way real. So let me tell you something, y'all. My mama called me racist, said I'm racist because I no longer want to deal with Tyrone's no more. She said I am racist and I'm talking down on the brothers. I said I'm not for the brothers and I'm no longer race loyal. But she pissed me off, and I'm glad that I deal with her on my own terms. And I said boundaries, because it's all about respect and how you treat a person. And crossing boundaries, I'm not for that. But I just wanted to let y'all know my mama called me. Yes, my mother, mommy dearest, my narcissistic mother that I deal with on my own terms. I have to protect my peace and my sanity. She called me racist because, and I have heard her say this about other people, I have heard her be so loyal to black kings. I've heard her say that, you know, Oh, you talking down on the brothers, you tearing the brothers down. Closed-minded black women don't get it. They gonna always misunderstand it. They're gonna always misunderstand it because you haven't dated nobody but them. You haven't been with nobody but them all your life, and you still not leaving them, don't want to leave them. You still want to be loyal, and they not loyal to you. My mama want to tell herself that self-hating Tyrones do not exist. I prayed and I told the Lord, please let her experience what I have experienced. Even though she have, but she want to be delusional and act like self-hating black men don't exist, as if they just on social media. They not just on social media, they is in real life. And much as my mother have been dragged through the mud, she still want to deal with Tyrones and take up for them and justify for them. She basically tried to pick an argument with me. And y'all know I don't debate, but my mother basically tried to debate with me about why I don't want to date Tyrones, why I don't want to date black men, because I have got hurt by every black guy that I dealt with. I got cheated on with every black dude. Then I was talking to her about the percentages and the stats. I did not talk to her about the interracial stats. I'm gonna let her find that out on her own, but I did tell her to do her research if she don't believe nothing that I was saying, because it's the truth. I don't gotta lie about, when it come to, them being uneducated, them lacking in everything, failing in everything. I didn't lie about those things, but I just wanted to put that out there. Anyways, my mama finally showed her real true colors with her character and her actions. She showed it. She showed her jealousy. My mama really feels some type of way because she supported to a certain extent, to a limit. But it don't matter. It's all about my happiness. As long as I'm happy, you can have your opinion or whatever, And like I was telling her, I understand. I understand what I do. Race loyal black women always take up and justify and defend and try to manipulate and gaslight and guilt trip black women who have divested. They try to make you feel bad as if you did something wrong for you to go back to Tyrone's. That's what they do. That's what they do. But you got to be strong and you got to have a strong mindset. Don't let nobody pressure you to go back to anybody. And I stood my ground, as I always do. Respectfully, I stood my ground and I said, well, that is my new preference and that is my new type. I've been loyal to Tyrone's. I've been loyal to them. And where it got me, nowhere. Being race loyal don't get you nowhere. That's what's wrong. That's the mistake that a lot of us black women made. We worshipped and we praised them and we called them kings. We babied them and we coddled them. What I mean is, when these men did things, we still put up with those things for months. No woman should put up with any kind of abuse. If a man not treating you right, get rid of him. Leave him. And don't let the pressure get to you. Don't let nobody guilt trip you or make you feel bad. Just like Angel Reese. Now, I'm going to tell y'all something. This would trip me out. Every time a black woman want to have their opinion or they want to share something or get something off their chest, you always got Tyrones that always get triggered in their feelings and want to go in defense mode and see it as an offense, get offended. You should be offended if your women is steady leaving you and you is behind and you the bottom of the barrel. If I was a Dusty Tyrone, I feel bad too that my women are study leaving me behind. That would tell me that I need to self-improve. I need to be productive. I need to teach myself and learn about generational wealth. Learn about family and units. I need to teach myself how to be a family-oriented person. I need to self-improve and I need to do some self-reflection and look at myself in the mirror. But at the end of the day, you can't, and I'm talking to the black women who always have been curious. If you want to date out your race, if you want to date other groups of men, other races of men, do it. Don't let nobody peer pressure you about your preference, about your type. People gonna have their opinions, they gonna have their 2 cents. They may not agree with it, they may not believe in it, they may just be too scared and don't have the guts to stand up and do what you do. Don't let nobody determine who you should talk to, what race or ethnicity you should talk to, because you is entitled to talk to who you want to talk to. That's all I'm gonna say.
Stop. Period. So I am happy that the
And I
world.
also told her, I never said I hated black men. I don't hate Tyrones. I hate their ways. I hate their character, their behaviors, their actions. I hate their attitudes. I don't hate them. I never said that I never did a video. Never. As long as I've been on YouTube, I never did a video saying I hate black men. No, really, Tyrones really just want you to say that. They want you to say that and they want you to prove, you know what I'm saying? They want to be able to prove that, oh my God, she said she hate black men. Just because you don't want to date Tyrones, that do not mean that you hate them. That means you want them to do better and become better men. And I told my mother that they need to become better men. A lot of them don't want to be husbands. A lot of them not marriage material. A lot of them study create broken homes. And I said, my baby daddy is an example. They will knock women up and don't want to put no ring on their finger, don't want to make them a wife. They have the highest, this is what me and her had a debate about. They have the highest stats in when it comes to being locked up and incarcerated. And she don't want to believe that. But I told her, do the research, look it up yourself. If you don't believe me about these percentages and these stats, you can look them up yourself. They have the highest rates of being incarcerated and locked up. These men are losing in the dating pool. These men are failing and lacking when it comes to relationships and marriages. That's just the truth. The collective. And we was talking about the 1% of good black men. I even talked to her about that. She's still holding on to that hope of the 1%, the 1% of the good black men. That's what she's still hoping on a rainbow about. Anyways, y'all, I just want to put that out there.
Is starting to notice this. Thank you. And it ain't gonna do nothing but keep growing. By the time 2025 is here, everywhere you go, you're gonna see a black woman with a non-black man. Like I said, what goes around comes around. It's black women's time to shine. Get ready for it.